Good times create weak people. Weak people create bad times. Bad times create strong people. Strong people create good times.
The first place check for $600,000.
It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be disheartening because I know being in that position, I know how much stress and everything it cost me and my family and my wife at the time.
Title of 2024, Mr. Olympia.
Some people, y'all start losing and you just stop playing. You just like, I give up, I quit, we already lost.
And so you let it go. And you settle for the status quo. You settle for the easy road. You settle for, oh well.
But here's the thing. There is no passion to be found playing small and settling for a life that's less than the one you're capable of living.
Greatness is a lot of small things done well. Day after day, workout after workout, obedience after obedience, day after day.
You think you're just gonna change the game, you're just gonna change the rules. It don't work like that. There's a standard to greatness and there's levels to this.
To get something you never had, you have to do something you never did.
And some of you right now, you are where you are, you're giving 60% when you have 120 in you. There are those of you with a big dream but a little grind. I need you to pick your grind up. I need you to pick your grind up. There's nothing wrong with your dream. You have a great dream, but your grind does not affect your dream. And I need you to wake up every single day and I need you to use your 24 hours like you've never used it before. You gotta get tired of losing. You don't belong at the bottom, and it's time for you to get your butt from down there. It's time for you to stop being comfortable at the bottom. Get your butt up. Get where you belong. Do what you're supposed to do. Live like you're supposed to live. I made a decision. Enough is enough. It's showtime. And your grind has to match your dream. You can't play as much as you used to play. You can't go where you used to go. You can't do what you used to do. And now you gotta push your grind up to match your dream. You're still fighting people. You're still cussing folk out. You're still laying hands on people. That's the easy fight. Now fight your bad habits. Fight your addictions now. Fight your laziness. Fight your procrastination. Take that energy now and fight to get a degree. Fight to start a company. Fight. Use that energy for something positive. And so while you're talking about your haters, it ain't your haters that's stopping you. It's you that's stopping you. You gotta go get it. It might take you more than 6 months. It might take you more than a year. It might take you more than 2 years. I don't care how long it takes. I don't care the sacrifice. You put in too many hours. You made too many phone calls. You put in too much money. You've invested too much time to quit now. You've given too much. You should have quit last year. You should have quit 2 years ago. You've come too far to give up. The only thing you can do right now is go all in. You gotta create the type of scenario that if it doesn't work, you lose everything. And because you cannot lose everything, you gotta make it happen.
Put yourself in a position where you can't retreat, where it's do or die, sink or swim. Here's what you'll find out. You'll develop incredible swimming skill. You'll find yourself stroking unlike you've ever seen before. Through the inspiration of desperation, you'll become more creative than ever before.
If you want to take the fucking island, burn your fucking boats, and you will take the island, because people, when they're going to either die or succeed, tend to succeed.
You can't have that life until you're willing to put in that work. I need you to hustle until you no longer have to introduce yourself. I need you to work this business so hard that you don't have to convince anybody. I need you to work this business so hard that they begging you to get in. They begging to get on your team. They're begging to go on the road. I need you to hustle so hard. I need you to go in so hard that people start calling you and you don't have to call them.
You owe it to yourself to give it your best effort. If you get in the habit of being mediocre or doing just enough to get by, you're not hurting anybody but you. You're cheating you.
But you're giving 50% and you said it's not working. You're giving 60% and you said it's not working.
Weak people, people who lose, they have bad shit happen to them and they say, well, I tried, I did my best, it was this guy's fault, it was my boss's fault, and they make all these excuses. And winners do not do that at all. They get punched in the face, they sit down for a second and they say, F that, and they get back up and they keep going. I choose to perceive the difficult days as a test that has showed up to reinforce the belief that I have in myself, to reinforce what I know about myself. And if we all approach the difficult times like that and we continue to push through, our confidence will go up tremendously.
Is it easy? No.
Is it worth it? Yes. Yes, your life is worth it.
It's time for you to unleash the beast. It's time for you to go inside and unleash that fire, unleash that purpose, unleash your passion. You gotta make a commitment that you'll never ever give 60%. You'll never ever give 70%. From this day forward, you give it 120%.
120%, that's my standard of excellence, my standard of greatness. 120 is being better and bigger and bolder, going further and faster, setting goals and shattering goals. 120 is giving my all. 120 to the day I die.
And we were getting in debt, we were getting stuff from it. And it was challenging, man. You know, I was working full time. My wife's working full time. We were both working overtime to substitute this idea of my dream of bodybuilding. You know, we weren't going on holidays. We weren't having this great life. We were just putting everything, investing everything into this career of mine. And to see every time you do a show and it's like you go home empty-handed, it's extremely disheartening. And I know this is 2020, before everything started to break out. 2020, I was like, you know what, this is my last year, I ain't gonna do this again. You know, for me, 2020, I was like, look, if we don't make it this year and we don't win a show and go to Olympia, this is my last year of competing, I ain't gonna do it again, because I can't keep seeing my wife and I struggle, because it was literally gonna be like, okay, that's a clear enough sign, if any, that this wasn't meant for you, you're not meant to do this. But then, you know, right, I think it was in August, right at the point where I was gonna be like, okay, well, it isn't working. That's when I got my first contract with Hostile. And I remember speaking to Fuad Hostile, and he basically gave me one more chance at it, you know, because I thought one was gonna work out. He spoke to my wife, you know, they spoke about it, and they said, look, we know it's been hard, we know it's been a struggle, but we believe you can do it, just give it one more year, you know, just one more year. So that's where I kind of like, after a while, I was okay, you know, I'll go ahead and then we had 2021, and that was the year I finally won a show and qualified for the Olympia. And things sort of just took off then. And, you know, I want to say, you know, a lot of young guys coming up, you're going to go through that. There's no exceptions. You're going to go through that. And it's going to be a struggle, and you're going to be hard on you. It's going to be hard on your family. It's going to be hard on your loved ones. You're going to want to quit time and time and time again. But, you know, if you go where it takes to stick it out, trust me, the reward on the end is worth it. I can tell you right now, speaking firsthand from someone who's been through it, it's worth every single minute of that. I go for it. What happens outside the gym doing this, that is part of the job. That is part of it. That's part of what makes you a good bodybuilder, is all that. So it's being able to work on all fronts and not just focus on this day of, you know, putting your hoodie up and just going to the gym and coming home and like, yeah, I'm doing all. Those days are done.